What's up, family? Welcome back to another legendary reaction video. Let's go.
Looking at the legendary Larry Bird.
When I go out and shoot around by myself, anywhere, before a game in the summer, I always try to start out about 50.
Hold up, family. Let me make sure it's clear before y'all get on my case. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how y'all get. So let's go back. Come on.
Foot from the basket and work my way around the perimeter just so I can get loose and then maybe go a little bit further out or a little bit closer.
He carried his college team to a championship.
I had some friends who I kept in contact with while I was still back here at Indiana State.
Hey, let's remember, he was a garbage man at top of that, man.
They never saw Indiana State or Larry Bird on TV, so because of the numbers that he would produce, they assumed that Larry Bird was a black player. And I thought,
wow, stereotyping stuff.
You know, never thought of that, but they just thought that, you know, a guy can do that kind of thing as far as score and rebound and dish out the assist. You know,
that's a flashy pass, boy.
Black athlete.
All-American. We go to the finals. We lose to Michigan State. After the game, he tells me, "Oh, I need to go to the boys' club. And I need to work out and shoot. I need to work on my game." You know, I mean, hey, we had a great year, man. What are you talking about? I'm going home and I'm going to brag. I'm not going to play any ball, you know, but that's just the difference.
Discipline, man.
As a rookie, he took the Celtics to the conference finals.
I came in to the league. You know, I played a small town. I did very well, and everybody always said, "You didn't play against anybody." I went to Indiana State, same thing.
As a rookie, he led his team in points, rebounds.
Exactly. They trying to use that he didn't play against anybody, but he made something out of nothing and made his presence worth being spoken about. Made his presence, let's say, be known in a viable way. Most importantly, being a viable piece of the team to make the team for what it is. Whether it was Indiana State or the Celtics, you know what I'm saying? He did the same thing, like he said. So.
And steals while averaging 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 4.5 assists, shooting 47% from the field.
A favorite Larry Bird story?
Larry is such a unique personality. I don't have necessarily stories on him. I just what challenges me is I marvel at people who think the guy is a hick. Larry is one of the smartest, pragmatic people I know. And I mean, my mother, God rest her soul, was very bright. Coach Knight and Bill Russell are probably the two brightest people that I know. Larry is maybe right under that in that category. And when people keep talking about him being a hick, Larry understood what he understands as well as anybody is personalities and people. And that's why he would do his...
Because he's quiet. And I usually say, be careful with them quiet people. But at the end of the day, Larry is very observant.
I'm talking for airing here on radio because he understood people who would let that bother them and what they would do when it bothered them. That's the way Larry, that was his gamesmanship.
Did he talk trash on the floor?
Oh, definitely. But, you know, he always talked trash. I remember he talked trash against us, talked trash with against everyone else.
Look at that hustle, Larry Bird, though. Diving to the floor, leaping over people.
But, you know, the difference is he could back it up. He could back it up. You know, I remember, you know, like I was saying, growing up in Boston, people all used to always talking about that he can't jump, he can't do this, he can't do that. And, you know, a lot of my friends was like that, you know. So, I got to the league. I called all my friends back up. I said, you know, all that trash that you were talking, you need to squash all that. This man.
My man going to back it up anyway, so it's going to be squashed regardless.
Is great. He can, whatever you were saying for a man who can't jump, he's demolishing everybody.
So your guys are saying, how can you let this guy
punk? He's doing it on everybody. He's doing it on everybody. He's doing it on the best defensive players in the league.
Yeah.
You see what he did to the Hawks, Dominique Wilkins and all of them? Come on, man.
The NBA had just introduced a favorite
Even Dennis Rodman had a problem. Like, come on, man.
line that same season. Bird averaged almost 2 attempts per game and made 40% of them. In the 1986 finals, he was just a few rebounds and assists away from being the first player ever to average a triple-double in the finals.
What I try to do, just come out, get good rotation on the ball, get the backspin, try to get a good release, and I always focus my eyes on the rim.
I tell you, we went through a lot of battles together, and we won a lot of games. We won a lot of games on his IQ and on his toughness.
He was ridiculous. He came on here. I remember our sportscaster played the Superman theme when he was talking about him that night after the game, because he did everything:
Right.
points, rebounds, assists, just steals.
They was playing the Superman theme. While my man was out there being Superman on the court.
Larry has such a great mind for the game.
Superpower,
and,
man.
You know, a great touch. I had a lot of respect for him as a competitor.
He is arguably the most clutch player in NBA history.
While his wars were with Magic, his battles were waged with the rest of the league.
It was a tie game. They had the ball, and DJ was stalling the basketball. And Larry was kind of standing outside behind him, like denying him the ball. And they called a timeout, and he turned around and looked at me and said, "I'm going to score right here on you." And I said, "I know you will. I'll be ready."
10 seconds.
You thought you'll be ready. You wasn't ready.
Clive
two
and
men
Bird has the
and a little
basketball.
step back.
Look out. 2 seconds on the clock, and timeout used by the Sonics.
This shot pissed me off because this what made me upset and frustrated because they didn't count this shot. I'm still always gonna remember this shot.
Shot a turnaround jump shot. And I just looked back, and the ball just went in, hit off net. And he said, "I told you so." Another time it was when we was playing him. He had like 42. Kemp was a freshman. He told Sean Kemp that I'm the best F player to ever come from Indiana and shot a three-pointer in his face, all net. We was like,
Larry uses picks probably better than the players ever played the game.
Yeah, because Larry will run back door and straight up push out, dish out to that corner, and hit you with that three.
And Larry was on the box, and Robert Parrish was coming down to set a pick on me. The Chief didn't shoot, didn't throw a good pick. So while Larry's in the air, he's got the ball right here, and he's screaming at Chief for not setting the pick. And I'm like, you're screaming at a guy in the air for not setting the pick, and he makes the jumper. I'm like, I couldn't believe.
Because he wanted more space.
That.
Come on, man.
MJ's Chicago
Yeah,
Bulls
his
were
preferences.
swept both times they met Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics in the playoffs. He was MVP 3 years in a row while only missing 3 regular season games and averaging 26 points.
Missing 3 regular season games. And you got cats down right now in the NBA missing like weeks of basketball, man. Come on.
10 rebounds and almost 7 assists per game.
Let me ask you this. Is it fair for me to believe that even black fans, after a while, were perfectly willing to acknowledge that Larry Bird was the baddest white boy ever to shoot a basketball?
Of course.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay.
Oh, that's easy. I mean, I can tell you right now, Larry Bird could.
Now, we all know who that is talking. We all know what sport analyst that is. If we don't know who that is, it ain't Shannon Sharp. It's the one and only, man.
Literally in his heyday, he could walk into any black neighborhood in America, and they'd be like, "Hey, that's Larry Bird. Come on over," you know, because he could ball. He could ball. And Dominique Wilkins, said it best. That's a bad boy.
He once scored 20 fourth-quarter points over Dominic Wilkins to seal a playoff victory.
Yeah, Dominique couldn't
Going
do
against a
nothing with
guy.
him. Dominique couldn't do nothing with him. You could not stop him.
A competitive edge like you've never seen. And a guy that you couldn't make mistakes against because he would find a way to hurt you.
And not only that, let's give Larry Bird profound respect. When you could play, first of all, when Larry Bird sat up there and said he didn't see color.
There's Stephen A. Smith. He's a hardcore, I think, Larry Bird fan, if I believe or not.
I want everybody to know it was truly believable in the black community. Everybody looked it up. Oh, we believe that because Larry Bird didn't care. You could either play or you couldn't.
True.
Even though Larry Bird is appreciated among NBA fans, some of his accomplishments have gone unnoticed.
He was one of the first stretch fours.
Right. Right. We sit
I
there.
mean,
we
talk about what's
we
going
could
on
go
today.
to Larry.
You talk about a guy who was 6'10", playing the four, shooting. Today, you talk about a guy who was 6'9", 6'10", playing the four, shooting threes. That was unheard of back then.
My money, Larry Bird's the greatest big man in terms of shooting the ball ever. I take Larry Bird over.
I don't know, man. I feel like Larry was a good three-point shooter. I get what he's saying. You know, 6'9", 6'10", you know, back then it wasn't heard of, but I feel like it was a start of evolving. Had to start back then to evolve where it's at now. That's just how I feel.
Because Dirk is a great shooter. Larry Bird was a break-your-heart shooter.
He averaged almost as many career rebounds as Shaquille O'Neal and more assists than Damian Lillard has so far in his career.
You know, the age-old question is, Timmy, could he play in today's game, right? Because everybody now is bigger, stronger, faster, jumps higher. Is that true? Because
But do they have heart?
Larry Legend, and I go, Larry Legend is a legend for a reason, and he can play in any era.
Well, I think his game would have had to adjust to the height, size, and athleticism of the games nowadays. But think about this. He would have torched a guy like Karl Anthony Towns. These young guys with his basketball IQ, he was a grown man. 3 years of college. Oh, and before that, we might have never knew about Larry Legend. He was hauling garbage. Started off in Bloomington at IU, didn't work out there, goes back home, contemplates ever playing again. The fact that he was a grown man against these 20-something-year-old kids, he would have had his way.
Look, as a caveat growing up, I hated Larry Bird. I was a Sixers guy.
Dang. My man got personal vendettas against him. That's how legendary he is.
Serving. But damn, did you respect the hell out of the guy. Because it just seemed like, he's slower than everybody else. He can't jump. And yet he'd always seem to be open, always seem to get the big rebound, and always seem to make the right pass.
Yeah, I think his basketball IQ is something that goes kind of under the radar. When you think about guys that really know how to play or teams that really know how to play, you know what those teams...
At the end of the day, if you really know how to play and you're strategic and you got the smarts and the logic, everything else will fall in place. Somebody can actually have the skills of basketball. Doesn't mean they're going to be a legend. You know, because Larry Bird will outwork them. It's hard work, mental toughness, all that play a part, man.
Do they win? Yeah. And I think that's what Larry would have done. He would have kept on winning. The interesting thing was, Larry growing up his whole life, no three-point line. Nope. Think about every court he played on, there was no three-point line. If he would have had that...
I didn't know that.
Sorry, Dave. Mindset from the get-go.
I'm going to need a shot after hearing that.
He averaged 24 points a game over the course of his career. I think it would have been towards 27.
He was a 6'9" forward who averaged more points than Kyrie Irving has, with a better shooting percentage than DeMarcus Cousins,
more than Kyrie Irving? DeMarcus Cousins, he ain't all that.
And a better three-point shooting percentage than LeBron James or Michael Jordan.
Of course, LeBron and Michael, but LeBron most definitely. If I had to put it in order, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, and LeBron, no brainer.
He has so many iconic moments, game winners, and performances.
You know, and Larry Bird would give it to you. And I'm going to tell you something else. When he got into that fight with Dr. J, folks in the black community weren't mad at him. They respected him for it because we found out why. We were like, oh, that's why he hit you? Oh, well, damn, Doc, something wrong with you. You should have stopped him. That's how we were thinking about it. We were like...
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, when a game is played at basketball, whatever the outcome is, it had been revealed through your actions of how the game was played. So if you didn't stop him, you didn't stop him. Ain't nothing else to talk about, you know what I'm saying?
We know we love Julius Erving, but you couldn't take anything away from Bird. Bird was a bad somebody.
Larry Bird was the baddest son of a gun on the planet.
And then we found out it's because Bird said, I'm going to hit this J right here. I'm gonna come right here and I'm gonna put this in your face right here. I'm gonna do
Makes it
this
more
to you.
iconic.
I'm gonna do that to you. And then he did it. He was the bad man.
He was a somebody.
Long before Aaron Rodgers ever
Yep.
came along. He was the bad. Larry Bird was the truth. Ain't no question about that.
Bird's career was cut short because of injuries, but that didn't stop him from putting his name in the greatest of all time conversation.
In the rafters.
And there hasn't been anything like him since either.
It ain't. I don't think it will be anyone like him. I agree with Skip.
No.
There's
Thank
only
you.
one Larry Bird.
In the 1987 season, he became the founding member of the 50-40-90 club, and he did it again the following season. Not even Kobe, LeBron, or Jordan accomplished that. Not even once.
We will see other, American.
Just put Larry Bird over there in his own little category where he's 50-40-90 club, man. Wherever
Caucasian, I suppose, superstars eventually will see more than one, Stephen A. Smith.
I'm not so sure.
Look at them shot, bro.
Bird said that.
And he always follow through with his shot and always go back and make sure he get a rebound. Or be prepared to get a rebound. Put the ball back up. Get a second shot attempt.
There will be another Larry Bird one day. And Larry, there will never, ever, ever be another Larry Bird.
Facts. I mean, it can't get no better than that, man. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give this video a big thumbs up. On that note, family, peace.